We're live.
Hi guys, welcome to Cactus Country. What we're going to do today is just have a little walk through some of the garden and show you, a bit of what we haven't been doing while we've been here. We've basically been able to keep up with the weeds, but some of the other stuff we've been going to be doing because we don't have many workers or haven't had any workers, and we're just starting to get back into it now and getting ready for hopefully opening up. So yes, behind me you can see what we call the green trail down this way, and that's where the reef lives. And then we come out here and we've got South America, and the South American cacti grow along the Andes. Basically the Andes, or the mountains, run right down the backbone of South America, and high up on the Andes where it's snow you have the old man cactus. So if John follows me in here, we'll get a bit of a shot in here from a couple of them, and you can see I'm about 6 foot high, so what's that, 2 meters in today's language. So you can see they've grown pretty big. These are basically slow growing, and they take, these plants are about 30 years to 40 years old. And then over here on the side here, we have what we call a Trichocereus, and you can see it's much bigger in the same amount of time. So they're much more vigorous and they grow a lot more and a lot quicker. And then around on this side is the giants of the Trichocereus. Something's happening in the background. And over here you can see what we refer to as a Pasicana, but it's a Trichocereus tschekii, and you can see that it's quite tall and high, and you can see the spikes down here are really thick and spiny, and as you go up it gets hairy. And that's because this particular one comes from up on the Andes, very high up, 10,000 odd feet, and that protects it from the bright light during the day and the freezing cold at night. And some of the times they're buried in snow, and these thick spines here act as a bit of a blanket, and they also stop the alpacas and all the other animals, goats and sheep, from eating the cactus around the bottom. As we know, goats will eat anything, and yet they can't even get their nose close to this. So that's probably why they start off really spiny down low and then modify as they grow up. And you can see right up the top, we've got a winter flower happening. And these plants will produce the odd flower right through the winter. If we get a few warm days, they think it's the snow's melted and they flower.
So we've got a couple just to say hello to. There we've got Cactus Caffeine from Las Vegas has tuned in, and we've got hello from New Zealand from Adrian Fox.
Hi guys, what's it like in New Zealand, I wonder?
Yeah.
And in, where was it?
LA, Las Vegas.
LA.
Not LA, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. You can see up here on this Trichocereus, so it's another family of plants. This is a Monstrose, and you can see the fruit up there. When we get somewhere where we can get hold of a fruit, we'll have a quick look around the back. No, we're not going to be blessed, but we will be later on. I'm not going to risk my life trying to get over there to that low one. So just enjoy. I think John's shooting background as we walk along. Ah, John, just over there. See the sparrow eating the fruit? Can you get him? This is something you don't usually get, guys, but because it's so quiet with no people around, they've become quite cheeky. And he's just enjoying the nice South American cactus fruit. Okay.
Hello from Victoria Island.
Is that in Canada?
Probably, yeah.
Hello, Canada. Now this here is Mama Passa, Trichocereus Toshekii again. It's one of our giants, one of the first ones we planted. And when we get to the orange trail a little bit later, I'll refer back to this plant. So just so you can get a good idea how big this is. So this was planted here in '96, and it was only that high when it was planted. So you can see that they grow very quick when they get ideal conditions. It's slowed down in recent years, but we've had quite a wet, good rains through the summer, and we've had really good rains in the autumn here. And so it's been growing and fattening out really well. And the reason that is here, we had a big storm and I was worried it was going to fall over. So we put that there just to prop it, to keep it up. And now this is a typical Cereus peruvianus. And we will get some fruit here, just so I can show you what it's like. So this is a true, it's not a hybrid, it's a true Peruvianus Cereus. And they just have a small fruit, but these days a lot of people are developing these for fruit that you can buy commercially. And beautiful. Sorry, John, you can't have any. I think we're going up to the orange trail.
Yeah, let's do that. And just to check in with everyone, if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments below and I'll ask Jim as we go along.
So just shoot around that way, John, and show them the big Ferros down there. Ferrocactus Historic. It's Ferrocactus Historic, those ones. They're about 1 metre high, because it'll be a bit hard for you to get a scale of those. Just keep it there, John. I'll run around. Come on, Oreo. So these little babies here, they're only the baby ones, and we're on the wrong side as far as the sun goes, John. If you come round, you'll probably get a better shot. So this is Hystrix, and we do have some left over here from children visiting, some stones. And just to show you how big they can grow, you can just come up here. You'll be able to see from you can see this big one here. It's probably half my height and close to 1 metre across. I believe that it will get up to around here eventually. I've seen 1 or 2 pictures from Mexico, and they are huge, but it's been I never thought they would ever grow that big here. But they've actually, this is very clay soil that they're sitting on, and they seem to really enjoy this soil. It stays quite dry because the water runs off it, and so they don't get waterlogged unless we get a lot of rain. And they're one of the first ones to flower during the season.
While we're here, do the barrel cacti have shallow roots? What type of pot to put them in?
Yes, they do have quite shallow roots that spread out under the soil. So I'll be standing on the roots of these 2 guys. And when you got them in a little pot going upwards, you want to give them a bit of room to grow, and you want a nice porous soil and a long life fertilizer in it. So we found that we started off years ago reading the books that were written from Europe in the early days, and we grew them in quite a bit of a heavier soil, and they didn't do that well because the soil would waterlog. And in the last 3 years, would it be, John, we've gone to a new fertilizer. And in the last 12 months, we've gone to a different one, a more modern one again, with a particular very long life fertilizer that lasts for 3 years. And we found that the growth rates and the health of the plants is really, really good. So,
and just quickly, I've just gotten a message from the Visit Victoria team to say that they haven't been able to catch our cross. So I'm just going to restart the live video. So guys, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.